Learn English easily.
Sasha's journey to a better world. In a cozy little village, there was a young girl named Sasha. Sasha's life was quite tough. She and her family didn't have much money. They lived in a very small house that was old and needed a lot of fixing. It was right at the edge of the village, a bit away from where most people lived. Sasha's mom and dad worked hard every single day. They tried their best to earn enough money to have a better life, but it was hard. But Sasha was a special girl. Even though life was hard, she always had a big smile. Sasha had so many dreams in her heart. She wanted to do great things and see the world improve. Every day, after helping her parents with different jobs around the house, like cleaning and cooking, Sasha would find time for her favorite thing, learning. There was a big, old oak tree near their house. Sasha loved to sit under this tree. It was her special spot. She would sit there for hours with her books. Under this tree, Sasha would get lost in the world of learning. She loved to read. This time under the oak tree was very special for Sasha. It was the time when she could dream about her future and all the wonderful things she wanted to do. On a bright and sunny morning, Sasha decided to take a walk through her village. While walking, she noticed a narrow path that she had never seen before. It was small and looked like not many people had walked on it. The path twisted and turned into the thick woods that surrounded the village. Sasha was a curious girl, always interested in exploring new things. So, she couldn't resist. She decided to see where this mysterious path would take her. As she walked, the trees got taller, and the forest got denser. The sounds of the village faded away, and all she could hear was the chirping of birds and the rustle of leaves under her feet. After walking for a while, Sasha came across something surprising. In the middle of the forest, there was an old cottage. It looked very old and forgotten. Vines and plants had grown all over it, covering much of its walls and roof. It seemed like no one had been there for a very long time. Sasha felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She slowly walked up to the cottage and peeked inside. It was quiet and a bit dark. She stepped inside and looked around. The cottage was empty except for an old chest in the corner of the room. The chest was covered in dust, and it looked like it was very old. Sasha's heart started to beat faster. She was excited about what could be inside the chest. Carefully, she opened it. And there, right before her eyes, were the most beautiful jewels she had ever seen. They sparkled and shone in the dim light of the cottage. Sasha was amazed. She couldn't believe she had found something so beautiful. Along with the jewels there was a note. It said, "To the one who finds this, let these jewels bring you fortune and happiness." Sasha held the note and the jewels, feeling like she was in a dream. She knew that these jewels could change her life and her family's life forever. She felt very lucky and grateful for this unexpected discovery. Sasha stood in the old cottage, staring at the sparkling jewels in the chest. She could hardly believe what she was seeing. She knew these beautiful gems were very valuable. They could be worth a lot of money, maybe enough to change her and her family's life. Feeling a mix of excitement and urgency, Sasha quickly closed the chest. She carefully carried it out of the cottage and made her way back through the forest. Her heart was racing as she thought about what this discovery meant. This could be the end of our struggles, she thought. We could fix our house, have enough food, and no longer be poor. When she reached her village, Sasha went straight to an elderly person who was very wise and kind. This elder was respected by everyone in the village and was known for being fair and helpful. Sasha showed the elder the jewels and explained where she found them. The elder listened carefully and then helped Sasha find someone who would be interested in buying the jewels. After some time, a merchant from a faraway place came to the village. He was very interested in the jewels. He looked at them, saw how beautiful they were, and agreed they were very valuable. The merchant paid Sasha a lot of money for the jewels. It was more money than Sasha had ever seen in her life. Sasha's family was amazed and very happy when she showed them the money. They couldn't believe their good fortune. They were so grateful for what Sasha had found. With this money, they could do so many things that they had only dreamed of before. The first thing they did was fix their house. They repaired the roof, which had been leaking, painted the walls, and fixed the broken windows. It was like they had a brand new home. They also bought enough food, so they didn't have to worry about going hungry anymore. But Sasha and her family didn't keep all the money for themselves. They knew what it was like to struggle, and they wanted to help others. They shared some of the money with other villagers who needed help. They bought food, clothes, and other things people needed. Everyone in the village was grateful to Sasha and her family. They had not only improved their own lives but had also made life better for others in the village. After finding the jewels, Sasha's life took a big turn for the better. Things changed in ways she had never imagined before. One of the most exciting changes was that she could now go to the best school in her village. This school had great teachers and lots of books, something Sasha had always dreamed about. At school, Sasha did well. She loved learning, and now she had the chance to learn even more. She was good at her studies. She read lots of books, learned about many different things, and always had high marks in her classes. Sasha was happy at school, and her teachers were very proud of her. Back at home, Sasha's parents were much happier and healthier. They didn't have to work so hard, and this made a big difference in their lives. They could relax more, enjoy their days, and spend more time together as a family. They laughed more and had a lot of fun together. It was a peaceful and happy time for them. Sasha never forgot about the day she found the chest of jewels. That day changed everything for her and her family. She often thought about the old cottage in the forest where she found the chest. Sasha didn't just leave it behind. She went back to visit the cottage often. She cleaned it up, removed the vines and weeds, and took care of it. She also looked after the trees and plants in the forest around the cottage. People in the village started to notice how kind and giving Sasha was. She wasn't just a girl who had found a treasure. She was also someone who cared about others and her surroundings. Sasha shared what she had with people who needed help. The villagers admired Sasha not only for the wealth she had brought to her family, but also for her big heart and the way she helped make the village a better place for everyone. As time went on, Sasha grew up. She turned into a wise and kind-hearted young woman. Sasha decided to use her money to make the village a better place for everyone. She did many wonderful things. She built the first library in the village. It was a special place where people from the village could come to read and borrow books. The library had books on all kinds of subjects, so everyone could find something they liked. People in the village would often say, "From a humble heart came a fortune, and with it, a heart that remained humble." This meant that even though Sasha became rich, she stayed kind and caring. She never forgot where she came from and always wanted to help others. Sasha lived her life with a lot of gratitude. She was always thankful for what she had and knew the most important thing was to help others. Sasha and her family lived very happily for many years. Their lives showed everyone that sometimes, a surprise fortune can do much more than just bring wealth. It can also bring a chance to change the world for the better. The end.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.